Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to show some the new features and tips for the upcoming update of PixieBrix. We have here Brit Joyner. She is going to show us more about this. My name is Levi Barbosa. I'm a PixieBrix enthusiast, and I've been using the extension for over more than a year now. It's been quite a journey. It's super
Yeah, it's been a
interesting.
while. It's been a while. You've
Yeah.
been with us for a while, Libby.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty interesting seeing the evolution, no? But yeah,
Yeah.
Brit, please, if you want
Yeah,
to show us.
absolutely. So we've got 1.7 to 37 coming out, and I want to show kind of some fun features of what you can expect here. So, first of all, one of the exciting things we've got is we've got the new mod launcher. It's a sidebar mod launcher, but basically what it does is it gives you control of what you can see in your sidebar. And so, for instance, I've got AI Copilot and Write Assist, and these are persistent sidebar mods. But sometimes I don't want like both of them up. Like if I have both of them up, sometimes I'm feeling like, my sidebar is a little crowded with this. Well, what I can do now is I can close them out and then I can go back and relaunch them whenever I want them. I don't know. How about you, Livy? Do you ever
Oh,
feel like you get distracted with all the tabs in your sidebar?
totally. You know what I was doing is resetting the sidebar, like closing,
Oh
opening,
yeah.
or sometimes I was refreshing the page. So
Yeah.
this is more like you have all your mods in this menu, and then
Yes.
whenever you can open them again, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
That's the thing. I used to have several in here, and I actually ended up deleting some of them because I was like, nah, it's getting too cluttered. And so now I can actually bring some of them back because I can exactly have the ones open that I want and close the ones that I don't. So yeah, that's something I'm
that's
pretty
great.
excited about.
Mhm.
Yeah. So sidebar mod launcher tab is one. The next big one is we've got some changes to the document builder. And so this is best demonstrated, I think, in our AI Copilot mod, which has a lot going on in the sidebar. Just in case you haven't seen the AI Copilot, let me launch it with our handy sidebar. But yeah, there's a lot going on in the mod. And so here in the sidebar, here's some new changes that we have that are going to make it a little bit easier to work with the document builder, which is basically that brick that handles everything going on in the sidebar. And so what you can see is, for instance, I'm over here, I'm trying to preview. Let's say I actually want to, go to this run custom prompt button. If I click that, it's going to scroll the section of the brick pipeline to that exact group of bricks. And so, which is really interesting because previously, what would have happened? This would have just sat still. So let's say I click to go up here or something. This wouldn't have moved at all. It would have just sat completely still. And then the inverse is also true. So let's say I'm scrolling through here and I'm like, I want to go to this custom prompt. If you click this section header, click that. It's going to jump you in the preview panel right to where you want to go. And one of the other things that we changed is there's some styling here that you see. Used to be, you couldn't click on these headers, and so you wouldn't be able to see like anything visually. You just see the specific bricks. But now when you click on a header, notice it changes it to that darker blue and then lightens the blue background around the specific bricks that are within that section. So it's a nice way. It makes it a little bit easier to kind of maneuver around in the document builder.
Oh yeah, this is a great feature because yeah, whenever you want to copy one of these mods, and then you
Yes.
want to explore, no, like what is this function? What can I do with this? If I can replicate or maybe add an additional mod or brick, this is amazing, and it will save a lot of time for everybody.
Yeah. So those are some of the big changes. So should we get into a couple brick updates now then?
Awesome. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm very excited to show you all these. We got a couple new bricks, one of which is the search text brick. And the people have been trying to make this in various ways, and it's been like way more complicated than it needs to be. But basically now there's a brick that makes it super simple for you, and you can pass some text. And so I'm just doing something simple like some selection text, but you can pass any sort of text that you want here. And then you can select a query. So you're basically saying what you're looking for in that. And then there's this toggle for if you want to be able to stem or not. And I had to look this up because I wasn't as familiar with it, but it's basically like searching for the root word. And so what I'll demonstrate what that means here in a second. But basically, let's say the query is trusting. By turning on stem, it's going to look for trust, trusted, that those sort of versions of it. And so let's just see how this works. It's also going to match all of it. So let's say, you know, there were multiple in there. It's not going to just be like, oh, yes, we found it. It's going to give you an exact match for it. So I'm going to spoil what happens in this second one, but let me show you how this one works. So I've got a context menu here. But basically what it's doing is it read through that selection text. And so you can see over here in the output, it's looking at my query and here's what it found.
I was thinking that this specific function can work, for example, when you are like trying to scrape data from the internet. I'm thinking, for example, if you are searching for specific words, only get the data from those, not the whole page, you know, because at the end, when you're scraping data, most of the times you have to clean everything, because with this you can then trigger, you know, in a custom event.
Exactly. It's already going to filter out for you everything you need in that. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. That's a really nice break. And then I paired this with the highlight text and you can see exactly what happened. So again, we already had the highlight text brick, but we've got some updates in this where it now adds support for case insensitive, which is great because previously we had a mod. Literally just last week, I was telling someone about our highlight keywords on a page and I was like, it's case sensitive though. Not anymore. You can say, you know, search for, you know, like whether it's lowercase or uppercase or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's going to match whatever sort of query you put in here. And you can also match across HTML elements too. So those are some big updates there. And then our emit a custom event brick, this got a new update. And so basically, I actually started getting more used to it recently because a mod I've been working on is using it. And it's super helpful for if you have a trigger for, let's say I want another mod to start when another one has finished, or I want to be able to trigger it in multiple ways, like when I'm using a quick bar or refreshing the page. I can make a trigger based off a custom event. And previously these weren't like select drop downs. Like when you were, you know, creating events, it was more of looking for, you know, free text. So you'd have to be like, did I type the right thing here for when I said to emit custom event here? And it's like, you know, you'd be like, okay, well, I want to watch for this. So let me go now look for this. But now what it does is you can see this drop down. It's actually looking for different events. So I could say I'm looking for custom event test video. I could create that, and then it's going to say it's not emitted in this mod, but then, you know, I can go over here and I think I have to run it first, but then it's going to actually like show up here and say it's going to actually say like, oh, like, yeah, that's an option. You can actually, you know, see test for video over here, and it's going to pull up the ones you have access to, so you're not likely to like misrepresent them. So yeah, so lots of cool brick updates going on here. And that's not even all of them. Just for the sake of time, I'm not going to go into too much more detail, but we also have some other updates for improvements for working with LLMs and parsing that data from them. So we've got an update on the map values brick where you can synchronously or asynchronously map the values. We've also got a new brick for splitting or chunking text so that you can split text into overlapping chunks, which is really useful when you're trying to like slice text for parsing output from LLMs.
So very useful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then this one is my favorite of those. We've got one for converting a document. And so I don't know if I added this one in here. This one's pretty cool. So you can basically pass a document, whether it's like a text or markdown or whatever it is, or HTML, and you can say what the source format is and then the target format, and it's actually going to convert it to that format for you. So once again, that's really helpful because if you've ever worked with AI, you know you can only do so much to predict what ChatGPT is going to give you back.
Okay. Yeah, this is so interesting. So many things that you can now do with this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's a whole new world of possibility out there. So those are the updates that we've got. But one quick shout out I want to give just in case you haven't already heard. We have our AI hackathon going on. So if you see all of these and you're inspired by these new updates and you're like, I want to build something, I want to do something with it, you're gonna want to go to our AI hackathon. So let me here we go. It's coming. AI hackathon. So I'll include a link to this in the video, but here's all the details. Just build an AI mod and you can win prizes. So you need to submit it by September 29th. There is a type form on this page that you'll be able to submit it through. You just have to create a mod that uses create chat response with ChatGPT or needs to do an HTTP request to an LLM. We've also got another live stream coming up on September 13th with Micah Smith showing how RPA developers can use PixieBrix and AI with Automation Anywhere. So more details on that coming soon. Stay tuned. Make sure to join the Slack community if you're not already part of it, and we'll see you around.
Oh, amazing. And thank you so much for sharing all these. I think Hackathon will be super fun.
Yes, super excited. We've already got some cool submissions coming in, so I'm excited to see what everybody's building. Awesome. Well, until next time, this is Britt and Levi signing off.
See you.